we can't get to the point to where, okay, I can look at you as a person from a different country and respect you as an equal. I can look at you as a person from a different nationality and respect you as an equal. Different religion, respect you as an equal. Different sexuality, respect you as an equal. We're constantly going to have a problem. I should be able to just look at you and say, see, I see another human being.
This is Room 356 with Claire, Chris, Marshall, and Justice. In this room, there's room for every topic. Let the debate begin.
So, what other things other than guns?
Okay. What was the other thing I said? I think the abortion thing's pretty bullshit, and I think I'm not even gonna fight for abortion, although I could. They're like abortion. It's the rights of life. If what is life? What is it?
Upon inception.
Yeah. Upon inception is life, and life is sacred, and we should, allow every human being to live out their life, etc., and it's immoral and this and that, but at the same time, it's like that one's just so easily for me. I hate that one because I'm like, well, sure, we care all about life, but look at all the, cattle and we're literally in the middle of a animalistic genocide. I don't even know if that's the right terminology, but animal genocide of just every day millions and millions and millions of chickens and cattle and everything is just being slaughtered and fed to people. So I mean, it's just so hypocritical to be like, oh, life's so important, but I gotta have my 8-ounce steak or whatever, and people waste. It wouldn't even be that bad if people didn't waste and overeat, but people overeat and then waste, and it's just so discouraging. But anyway, so yeah, the abortion thing, essentially that's how they see it is. But I just went ahead and debunked that one for you.
Again, that not a selective group. Name one Republican policy that's universal to all Americans.
I don't know Republican policies that well, even though I've lived around them most of my life. Like the tax. They say something about tax. Usually, they say something along the lines of lower taxes.
Lower taxes. So Trump did actually do that. Lower taxes. Who did that benefit the most?
Probably. Well, okay. So the corporations.
Right.
Yeah.
So are most Americans rich millionaires and billionaires? No. Okay, yeah. So that even didn't do anything for the American people. So there's really no policy that you can point to that Republicans have presented or have that benefits the American people.
No. I can't directly think of. I'm sure there are some Republicans who have vast more knowledge than I do about other things, I think, but coming from a standpoint of an apolitical, from what I've seen so far, no, I don't think I've seen anything that benefits all American people, a policy that actually is a universal policy for everybody to, yeah. And
so why do you think Republicans continue to win office when it's apparent that they're not getting into office to fight for the American people?
We've talked about this before, and you told me, I don't remember exactly what you said, but I don't know. I don't know why, except for the fact it's pretty much from what I see, fear-mongering and fear-mongering. Honestly, that's all I really see. It's just fear-mongering. That's
and what's the fear of?
Well, the fear of losing America, and that's the very topical part of it. But it gets deeper as for sure it gets deeper in the sense that America's supposed to be Christian, and we're losing America to these other religions and this and that, and America's supposed to be whatever they think. I'm not really too even specifically sure, but I do know that well, I mean, so I know what other people think, and I can't speak for other people's hearts and minds and stuff, but
it's not a matter of speaking for their hearts and minds. It's a matter of, okay, I'm looking at this party, and who have been exposed to this party, from family members, friends, so on and so forth, even though I may not have specifically agreed with the thoughts and process and the ideology, but I can acknowledge their thought process. I can't see anything that would make a person want to vote for this party, because this party does nothing to better their lives unless they're in the top tier, and the majority of the people aren't in that top tier. Why would someone continue to defend this party? If I'm being honest, it's because XYZ. So you mentioned religion, Christianity. We look at Christianity.
It's all prejudice. I feel like it's all based on prejudice. I'll say that. Some form of prejudice at some point in time, some form of prejudice. That's.
And so if you're being honest and you're like, okay, I have to just accept the honest truth. Okay, this is what it's based on. If I'm saying we have to be a Christian country. Okay, that is dog whistle. We have to build a border in the South, even though more drugs come from the North, but we have to build a border in the South. Oh, that's dog whistle. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, or terrorists, dog whistle. And so when I put the pieces together and just kind of speak truth, it's like, okay, and that's not to say that, I'm this way, but it's just acknowledging the truth. And that's part of the biggest problem, is that we look at America, and I think it's like 60% plus of America is white. Would I say that the majority of the American white population is racist? No, I wouldn't. America I've been around white people.
If we're taking into account things like subliminal racism and other things, I would say yes.
My thing is this: the majority of American population is white. I wouldn't say that the majority of the American population is racist. I would say that the non-racist white people are just so uncomfortable acknowledging racism in America because they don't want to be seen as racist. And so that's why we have the issue that we have. I can't acknowledge that there's an issue. It's hard for me to just say, okay, yeah, it's racist. The reason why we have the ghettos is because of racism. The reason why we have gerrymandering is because of racism. The reason why we have a bunch of black people that are incarcerated is because of racism. The reason why more blacks are being killed is because of racism. It's not because blacks are more predisposed to violence and everything. No, it's because of racism. The reason why blacks get harsher sentences is because of racism. The reason why we have 43 white men as presidents and one black guy, or 44 because Trump, is because so I can't even acknowledge racism. The reason why we have people fighting, teaching critical race theory in college is because of racism. The reason why we have
people fighting it being
it's been they're because it's being told by a particular news organization,
Oh yeah.
That this is being taught to your children. The reason why we have a whole wing of news in quotes, because it's not real news being taught.
It's Black History Month. Did you know that? And I researched the other day, like things like black inventors and what they've made and stuff, and they only went through like 180 of them or something like that. And I mean, it's just so weird to think that a lot of that stuff we don't even talk about. Like,
you don't talk about 90+%.
We talk about some of the dumbest shit in history books that don't pertain. I mean, I don't know.
And that's the thing. You're not going to be taught about the truth. And that's why when black people are saying we need this talked about, we need the people that are non-racist that are like, okay, I don't have anything against black people. Like, okay, I acknowledge that there's an issue. I acknowledge the dark history of America. Like, I'm an American. I love this country. But I know that the history of this country is terrible. Okay? And I've had conversations with my girl, my ex, who like freaking, she's from Iran, so she has a history of her country, and Iran and America hasn't had the best of relations. But when she would attack America and say, no, it's like, no, okay, let me defend America, but I still understand where you're coming from as an Iranian. And so we have to be at that point where I can accept the opposition of like, from my side, this is where I see things. Let's have that discussion. And I think that's where the racists in the country have been able to continue to thrive and rise up. It's because there's been so many that have been unwilling to be put in that uncomfortable position to have that uncomfortable conversation. Because if I say, okay, yeah, there's a problem in your house. And if you say, okay, yes, I agree, there's a problem. Let's both address that problem. Then we can root out the problem. But if you say, no, you can't, you can't, there's no problem in my house. There's no issue here. Even though I know there's a problem, then that problem just continues to fester. Oh, you got mold, you got roaches. If we never address the roaches, we never address the mold, then the mold continues to grow. The roaches continue to breed. But I don't want you talking about my house. That's my house enough. And that's the issue that we have.
Here's the thing too, is we need to, this is going to be a controversial thing I'm about to say, but I wonder if we should encourage racists to come out and like admit that they're racist.
Well, they're starting to do that now. You
heard about
what's going to happen in Orlando?
But I mean, yeah. Well, but I mean, like without
repercussion.
Yeah, like just so that we can talk with them and have
That's actually a much better thing. If you just come out and say I'm racist, I know to keep my distance from it.
Yeah.
It's the hidden racism that's the issue.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I don't have a problem with you saying, okay, I want to keep white purity. If I have a daughter, I don't want my daughter hanging around black guys, sleeping with black guys, and definitely not marrying black guys. I'm okay with that. I'm going to stay away from you. But when you say, okay, I had these feelings in my heart, now I'm going to go out and inflict pain on you, I'm going to lynch you, I'm going to fucking kill you, I'm going to abuse you and everything, that's when I take issue. If you want to live isolated away from people from a different race or nationality or religion, do that. I don't have any problem with that. But this is America. We're supposed to respect each other's differences. Just because I'm a black man doesn't mean that I have the right to come and beat you up because you're white. Doesn't mean that I have the right to come and beat you up because you're anti-Christian, or non-Christian, non-Muslim, non-Jew. That's the thing. I take issue with people that want to inflict their ideology upon other people, that want to, abuse other people who don't subscribe to their thoughts and beliefs. And to abuse someone, to hate someone simply because of the color of their skin, the lack of melanin in their skin, or the amount of melanin in their skin, that is completely ignorant. How can I respect you for being so dumb? I can't. That's the thing. Believe what you want to believe, but don't inflict pain upon others who don't believe that. That's it.
Yeah,
that's the difference between white pride and white supremacy. White pride, I'm proud to be white. I'm a white person, All right. Supremacy is like, I should be ruling you simply because of my skin color, which means I'm going to inflict pain in order to maintain that supremacy. Well, you're not supreme. Do what you do. Live in your community. There's white communities, there's Hispanic communities, there's Asian communities, there's black communities that live. I understand your culture. I understand it. All right, so I'm comfortable around people. I like playing video games. Okay, I'm going to hang out with a bunch of people that like playing video games. Oh, I'm into science. Oh, I'm going to hang out with people that play science. That's what these communities are. I feel comfortable. But I'm not going to go and beat up a person that's a freaking gamer because I'm a jock. Oh, you you don't play sports, I'm gonna kick your ass. You should play sports. Like, no, play games. That's your thing. That's the issue.
That's a good point. Yeah. It's just something we gotta get people to see, though.
You're not gonna get people to see it because the people in the power and positions of power to promote it are, like you said, fear mongering.
Yeah, but
what is the most popular news channel in America?
You have said Fox News.
What else?
I don't
have you
know.
heard it? It's
I'm
Fox
only
News,
saying what
okay?
you told me.
All right.
Okay.
And so is Fox News left leaning or right leaning?
It's right leaning.
Okay. So we've just established, you said yourself,
Yes.
that the right promotes fear mongering.
Yes.
That's what they don't have policies or anything like that. They promote fear mongering. So the most popular news channel in America is a fear mongering channel. They're not going to say, hey, let's find ways to come together. Let's find a kumbaya moment. No, we're going to keep you separated. Us against them. We always have to have an enemy. Because I can't give you anything that's going to better your life. I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not going to have any policies that's going to better your life. So, in order to keep you on my side, I'm going to have to keep you believing that you are better than they are. Your life still sucks. You're still working 9 to 5. You're still blue collar, or you're still poor living in the ghetto. However, you're a Christian. However, you're against abortion. However, you still have your gun. And still, however, you're still white. So I'll take being a white American versus being a rich Muslim somewhere else. And that's what you have. So for you to say, it's like, oh, we have to bring people together. We're not bringing people together when the most popular news channel in America is all about division. So it's unrealistic.
Yeah.
We need the people that in America, the white people in America, who are like, I'm an American and I love people from all races, nationalities, and so on and so forth, to actually speak out and say, okay, yeah, there's an issue. And this is an issue. But it's an uncomfortable position to put yourself in because you have to go against family, you have to go against friends, and you have to go against the American patriots. Yeah. And most people don't want that. So it's like, okay, I'm going to just be quiet and say, racism isn't an issue. It's like you're pulling a race card. There's nothing going on. Da, 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 da. That's why we're still in this position. That's why the LGBT community can advance further because, hey, I'm white, I'm race, I'm a lesbian, I'm a transgender, so I can cross that racial divide. But black and white, that's a little more definitive.
Did I tell you the theory about the ethnic states outside of the melting pot?
Don't think so.
Okay, I have this idea that we should have, and this is going to be pretty controversial, but we should have ethnic states outside of like America should be the melting pot. We should have America is the melting pot. If nobody wants to be in it, they should leave and go back to where they're from. Like that way, it would take all the racists out. We'd be able to live in like.
Okay, so instead of people go back to your country, no bastard. If you don't accept diversity, you go back to your country.
Right.
I'm okay with that. Get out. Go back to Europe. Go back to freaking South America, Africa, Asia, whatever.
But we should. I feel like we should preserve those places for the people who think like so outdated. You know what I mean? Like. That way they can be happy too, and we'll be like, yeah, y'all be happy over there, and like we'll be happy over here, and like just, you know what I mean?
But even here in America, you have that because we have the Midwest.
Yeah, but that's what sucks.
The 90+% of the Midwest is white.
I know,
and all the people that are talking about go back to your country, it's not. You don't see Africans saying, hey. Go back to Europe. You don't see freaking Chinese people saying, go back to Europe. It's the only people in America that are saying, go back to your country are white people here in America. Because they feel, oh, this is our land. You're from Europe. You're not from America. This is Native American land.
Yeah.
And you came here,
Which
almost
also-
exterminated them.
Yeah.
And they taught you how to survive. You know? So no one has the right to tell anyone to go back to their country here in America, other than the Native Americans. But I agree with it. It's like if you don't accept or respect diversity here in America, all right, well then you go back to your country. This is a country for people that are okay with diversity.
Right.
I like that. That's a great idea. Get rid of the fucking races. You only want to see people of your hue? Go into a country that only has your hue. Go. Bye. See you later. Great. You only like black people? Great. Go to a country that only has black people. You don't like white people? Go. Bye. You know? But if you're going to be here in the land of diversity, then you need to be respectful of people of different cultures, different colors, different nationalities, different religion, so on and so forth. Racism, xenophobia, bigotry, all that bullshit.
It's
Like,
so
what the fuck?
outdated and like Neanderthal, like it's so
Stupid.
like we're the human race. So it's not even like it. I feel like racism is the wrong thing to call it. It's like ethnicitism or something.
You have it for you have racism, you have bigotry, you have xenophobia. Like, I hate you because of your skin color, hate you because of your religion, hate you because of your sexuality. It's like, what the f-? These are trivial bullshit things to hate someone over.
I can understand, like I'm saying, like it's outdated, and like back in the day, sure, like if your tribe needed to have like more children and be stronger, like yeah, you would say like we don't want gay people because it's not going to produce more children. I can understand that in like a Neanderthal, like far back in the day.
Even in that environment, okay, because it's an outlier. How many, the majority of the people, and that's a whole different conversation for a different day. You know, if I have 100 people in the community, am I expecting half of them to be homosexual?
What if they are?
Well, even if they are, I still have half of
you have to outlaw it. The gays.
I still have half of the population that's able to reproduce. So it's like, okay, do what you do. I don't know what you do in the private. Your sexuality is a private thing. What you do in your bedroom is a private thing. Because even in the olden times.
But in a lot of tribes, it kind of, well, even today, it kind of almost isn't. Like if your family is like marrying you and everything, and like, well, not marrying you, I should say. But anyway, point being is like your whole family's there for your wedding and everything, and you know, and that happened back in the day. So I mean, marriage has been a structural. They have like forms of it, right? Like in other.
Yes,
I mean,
but marriage is not necessary for sex.
That's
so
true.
it's like, okay, well, there's plenty of people that have married. Oh, I'm a guy. I marry a woman, but I still sleep with a man. So marriage doesn't determine. Oh, you're straight. You're gay. No,
that's bisexual.
It's
that's
irrelevant.
different. And
Bisexual, homosexual. I can marry a woman and still be gay, and I'm attracted to men, but I sleep with this woman to keep up a persona or whatever, or to have children reproduce, but I'm only attracted to men. So it's not a matter of, okay, well, I'm bisexual because I married a woman. No, none of that is relevant. Marriage is irrelevant. Your sexual preference is a sexual preference. It has nothing to do with you're married to someone. I'm attracted to women. I'm attracted to men. I'm attracted to animals. I'm attracted to stones. I'm attracted to children. Whatever, all that shit is a sexual preference. That's like chemical and all that excess bullshit. It has nothing to do with whether or not I walk down the aisle with someone. Doesn't matter.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, homosexuality had been practiced like way back in the day. It's not something that's this isn't like a new concept. This is something there's been recorded history of far back. Like, I don't know as far back as what, but I know people have been since the beginning of time. People have been talking about it and how bad it is. You know what I mean? So like, obviously. At least from how I was raised, huh?
It's been around since that long, you know?
Yeah.
Homosexuality is nothing new. It's become taboo, and then you had, you know, the movement with what was it, Milk, one of the first politicians to come out openly gay and everything like that. And so now, then you have the revolution, and now it's like, boom, all these gay rights, which is why, again, like I said, it's easier for them to progress because you have people from both sides, black and white, that identify as, the LGBT community.
Yeah.
So, and it's always been around, but it's been, keep it secret. What you do in your bedroom, none of my fucking business. I don't care. Who you're attracted to, none of my business. You want to walk down the street with somebody holding hands? That's your thing. Do your thing.
Not in front of my eyes.
I don't care. That's the thing. You don't force it on me. Don't force your beliefs. Just like don't force your religion up on me. Don't force your national. Oh, I'm supreme to you. Don't force your nationality up on me. Don't force your sexuality up on me. I can respect you, but I shouldn't have to be put in a position of discomfort in order to make you feel comfortable. There should be a balance. That's the thing. In all things, I don't have to. I shouldn't have to feel like my life is in danger in order for your life to be, at peace. And if we can't get to the point to where, okay, I can look at you as a person from a different country and respect you as an equal. I can look at you as a person from a different nationality and respect you as an equal. Different religion, respect you as an equal. Different sexuality, respect you as an equal. We're constantly going to have a problem. I should be able to just look at you and say, see, I see another human being that I can have a conversation with, that I can respect. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what your religious beliefs are. I don't care what your nationality is, your skin color, your sexuality. I don't care about any of that. I'm having a conversation with you. Now, we're talking, and then I see, okay, I don't agree with what you're saying, or I don't agree with your behavior. Then I can distance myself from you. But from the trivial interactions, that is fucking stupid. And no one can convince me otherwise, that just looking at someone and judging someone based on their appearance, how they dress, how they look, skin color, all that bullshit. What religion are you? Oh, you're a Christian? Oh, we're not going to get along. Oh, you're a Muslim? Oh, you're atheist? No. Let me have a conversation with you. Let your words speak for you. Let your actions speak for you.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to have to close this. All right, guys, I'm going to try to get us canceled as soon as possible. So y'all report us to everybody y'all can find. I'll just do nothing but bring up controversial subjects and shit like that.
There we go. If it's going to be controversial situations and conversations, this is what we do on a regular basis here in room 356.